Sundays on CNN. Between ongoing tragic war Gaza and the Biden-Xi summit, a pivotal global crisis is in danger of being forgotten: war Ukraine. And it's a very bad time for this issue to disappear from public consciousness. Because Ukraine is facing problems on two fronts. As the country's chief military commander, General Valery Zaluzhny, admitted, a stalemate has emerged on the battlefield with Russia. Ukrainian soldiers are fighting heroically in places like Kherson, but lines of control have recently advanced only a few kilometers. Despite drones and Starlink connectivity, this is akin to 4 years of trench warfare during World War I. The second, equally worrying front is the West, where support for Ukraine has weakened. Despite President Biden's passionate advocacy, the aid package for Ukraine is unlikely to be passed anytime soon. Europeans are also losing their determination. One of the parties that protects its weapons is Russia. The Russian army learned from mistakes it made in the first months of war and built strong defensive lines in eastern and southern Ukraine. He laid huge minefields, built deep and fortified trenches, and placed large artillery units behind trenches. Ukrainian soldiers must overcome all three obstacles to gain 1 centimeter of ground. Russia's vast military-industrial complex produces weapons ranging from bullets to drones. Its much larger economy and population are enduring advantages that can only be met by consistent and high levels of support from the West. Based on my conversations with Russian officials and people close to them, Russia's strategy is to play tough, reject serious negotiations, and wait until November 2024. They believe Donald Trump has at least an equal chance of being elected president. He said he would seek to end America's complicated alliance with Ukraine and make a deal with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Whether this is an accurate analysis or not, it suggests that Moscow is unlikely to be willing to negotiate anytime soon. Is there anything that can be done to address these twin challenges: stalemate on the front lines and declining support in Western capitals? In fact, there is a policy that could help on both fronts: establishing an international and legal process through which Russia's more than $300 billion in frozen reserves could be used to help rebuild Ukraine, which the World Bank estimates would cost more than $400 billion over the next 10 years. This would instantly signal Putin that Ukraine will not face a financing crisis, and that even if Trump is elected, these funds, managed through an international organization such as Switzerland or Belgium, will continue to flow Kiev. This policy has its difficulties. Russia's reserves are located in various countries, but most of them are held by European allies, and their governments worry that they do not have the legal authority to divert them. Distinguished legal scholar Laurence Tribe and several colleagues have written a